So Jai Hind everyone. So this is the lecture of human computer interface interaction device keyboard layout. So first of all, I want to introduce myself. This is Dr. Avdhesh Gupta, Professor, Department of Information Technology, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. Okay. So let's start. Interaction devices. There are different types of interaction devices. There are input device and output device. But today we are discussing about keyboard only. Okay. So different types of interaction devices, like for example, if we talk about input devices, the keyboard, scanner, the web camera. The output devices like screen, printer. So we are talking about keyboard only. Okay. So discussion is on just on keyboards. So keyboard layout. The simple keyboard which we are using, that is called QWERTY layout. QWERT. Just because of QWERT is in sequence, the upper sequence from the left hand side. That is basically introduced in 1870, Christopher Latham Scholes. A good mechanical design and a clever placement of the letter that slow down the user enough, the key jamming was infrequent. Put frequently user letter. You can see it very easily when some time ago when typewriter is in culture. So QWERTY keyboard is very common. But nowadays, if you are checking just because of if there is some screen option, if we are using some hardware, then hardware keyboard, that is QWERTY keyboard. But you can see it very easily when you type like for example in Windows or in mobile, Android mobile. You want to change the keyboard layout also in QWERTY, in Hindi, in Dwark, in other layout also, if we are installing the other layout also. So Dwark layout, it is introduced in 1920. It is reduced finger travel distance at least one order of magnitude. Acceptance has been slow despite of dedicated effort of some devotee. It takes about 1 week of regular typing to make the switch, but most users have been unwilling to invest the effort just because of we are very much comfortable with QWERTY layout. If we are comfortable with QWERTY layout and maximum of the users are comfortable with QWERTY layout, they do not wish to switch the current keyboard to new type of window. You can see it very easily. Maximum of the users, there are lots of options are available on our screen on our mobile, but we are using QWERTY layout. When you switch to QWERTY to another layout, it will create problem. It is not user friendly because we are user friendly with the QWERTY layout only. Okay, but we cannot say that the Dwark layout is vast. No, it is also good. Okay, so these are the different keyboard. ABCD style. If the 26 letter of ABCD in alphabetically order, we can find it very easily where the particular character exists. We can find it very easily. But when we are typing, just because of every word must have some some vowels. So the placement of vowel must be in such a way so that the vowel should be reached to our finger very easily. Okay. Additional keyboard issue. The IBM PC keyboard was widely criticized because of placement of few keys. So we are not using that particular. Backslash keys, where most typists expect shift key because the backslash key is in place of shift key. Placement of several characters near the enter key. Other keys are also available. Numpad layout, wrist and hand placement is not good. So this ABCD style is not good. We are not expecting this type of thing, this type of keyboard. The keys. Basically the size of keys, the common size of key is half-inch square keys or and 1/4 inch spacing between the keys, the normal keyboard. But it depends on the size of keyboard also. If we are using compact size keyboard, then the size of keys is reduced and the gap between these keys can be reduced, but in proportional to half-inch and quarter-inch space. Slightly concave surface, matte finish to reduce glare finger slippage, and 40 to 125 gram force to activate. What type of force, how much force from the finger we can apply on a keyboard so that it type on the screen? Only 40 to 125 gram force. 3 to 5 millimeter displacement means if a key, when we press it, it just displays to 3 to 5 millimeter only. Like if we are typing on keyboard in a typewriter, press. The displacement is about 1.5 inch. So keyboard is very flexible. Tactile and audible feedback important. Certain keys could be larger, like few keys can be used widely. Enter key, space bar key, shift key, control key. So these keys must be larger as compared to other keys. Some keys require state indicator, such as lowered position, such as lowered position or light indicator. For example, caps lock. Caps lock is on or off. You must know it. If there is a light, then caps lock key is on. Otherwise, caps lock key is off. So it must be there. So we should know that caps lock key is on or off. You can see it very easily in every keyboard. There is a light behind the caps lock key. The key label should be larger, meaningful, and permanent. Some home keys may have additional features such as deeper cavity or small raised dot to help user locate their finger properly. No standard for this, but there is no standard. Home key for the home key, the scroll bar key, there is no standard. Function keys, there are maximum 12 function keys are there. The function of each key is different from others, and user must remember what is the function of the particular key. Some keyboard provide additional function to the function key with the help of control key. If we are pressing the function key with the control key, so it will display another function. Like for example, F1 function key is for help. Everyone knows F1 is used for help, but help on what window? On Windows. But if we are working on Excel, F1, the function of F1 should remain constant. F1 is used to provide help. Okay, but F2, there can be different function. If we are working in Excel, the function of F2 is to make cell editable. But in other, the function of F2 can be changed. So remembering the task, remembering the function of keys on different type of windows, different type of application must be there. Can reduce number of keystroke and error. Just because of this particular function can include a combination of tasks, can we do it by single key. So reduce the number of keystrokes. Like for example, there are many options we have to press with Alt key and Control key, or we can press 3 keys at a time. So we can place it and keep it with the function keys. Okay, and this meaning, keep in mind that meaning of function keys can be changed as if we are opening different applications. It is based on the applications. A special purpose display often embed function keys in monitor bezel. Light next to the keys used to indicate availability of the function or on of our status. Also, if there is a function key F1, F2, and if we label what is the function of F1, what is the function of F2, function of L1 help, we can label it help, we can label it F2 as what is function, it is meaningful. Frequent movement between keyboard, Home position and the mouse or function keys can be disruptive to use. Okay. Basically, function keys is available to combine the task done by the other combinations of keys. Cursor movement. There are 4 keys: the left arrow key, the right arrow key, the up and down. These provide the movement of cursor to the desired place. Okay. Basically, these key can provide other functions with the combinations of other keys. Like for example, if we are pressing the left arrow key with the control function, so its function is to keep the cursor at home place. If we are pressing down arrow key with the control, it will display the last. It will move the cursor to the last of the document. So there can be multiple operations if we are pressing these arrow key or cursor movement key with other keys. Keyboard and keypad for small devices, wireless and foldable keyboards, virtual keyboards, cloth keyboard, soft keyboard, pen and touch screen keyboards. Pointing devices, like this is a pen, this is a pointing devices. We can click on this, we can do different types of operation by using this. Select, user choose from the set of item. We can choose different options available. We can use for traditional menu selection, identification of a file in a directory or making a part in an automobile design. Position, user choose a point in 1, 2 or 3 or higher dimensional space. Used to create a drawing. We can sketch it, like for example, we can do drawing also, any type of drawing. Orient, user choose a direction, may be simple rotate symbol on a screen, indicate a direction, moving space, any type of thing. We can do it from pointing devices. The path, rapidly perform a series of position and orient operations, may be realized as a curving line in a drawing program. Quantify, user specify a numeric value, usually a one-dimensional selection of an integer or real value, to set parameters such as page number in a document, the velocity of a ship, or the amplitude of a sound. Text, user enters, move and edit text in a two-dimensional space. The pointing device indicates the location of an insertion, deletion or change. And more elaborate tasks such as centering, margin setting, font sizes, highlighting such as boldface or underscore, and the page layout. It can be also done. Direct control pointing devices, light pen. Enable user to point a spot on a screen to perform a select position or other task. It allows direct control of pointing a spot on the display. Incorporate a button for the user to press when the cursor is resting on the desired spot of the screen. Light pen has 3 disadvantages, like user hand obscured part of screen, user hand to remove their hands from the keyboard, and the user has to pick up the light pen. But these are the disadvantages along with some advantages also. We can do it very easily with a pen. We are very much comfortable because we are learning from the early childhood stage. We are picking a pencil, we are picking a sketch pen and to make a drawing, to make it to do it anything from the pen. So we are much comfortable with this. Direct control pointing devices, touch screen. This is the touch screen. So it allows direct control touches on the screen using a finger. We can do it by using finger also. It is not necessary to do it on this. We can do it on finger also. We can do it on this also. Okay. So direct control touches on the screen using a finger. Early design were rightly criticized for causing fatigue hand obscuring the screen, hand keyboard, imprecise pointing, and the eventually smuggling of the display. For example, if we are doing click on this, we are doing, so the text will be hidden behind the hand. And if we are doing this type of thing, so the movement of our hand or our pointing at the particular display can be not matching with the screen. So this can be some mismatching. So lift off strategy enable user to point a single pixel. The user touch the interface, they see a cursor that can be dragged around on the display, anywhere on the display, and the way user is satisfied with the position, they lift the finger of the display to activate. If we want to move it, just drag it from this place to this place and just lift it. So the movement is done. Can produce variety of display to suit the task, are fabricated integrally with the display surfaces. So direct controlling pointing devices, tablet, PC and mobile devices, natural to point on the LCD surface, stylus, keep context in view and picking up put down stylus and gesture and handwriting recognition. Okay. So previously we have discussed about direct controlling pointing device, and this is tablet, PC and mobile devices. Okay. This is about the tablet screen and mobile devices. So indirect pointing devices, what are the indirect, which are not directly in touch with the screen? Like for example, mouse. The mouse is connecting to the system. The signal of a mouse goes to the CPU and then to the screen. So we are keeping in this way the mouse. The hand rests in the comfortable position and the button of the mouse are easily pressed. Even long motion can be rapid and position can be precise. There can be maximum, normally generally 3 buttons. One scroll bar is there. The scroll bar itself treated as a button also. The trackball, which is also called the trackball, usually implemented as a rotating ball 1 to 6 inches in the diameter that moves a cursor or moves the pages. Joystick. This is used in gaming zone. Graphical tablet, a touch sensitive surface separated from the screen. Touchpad, built in near the keyboard offers the convenience and the precision of a touch screen while keeping the user's hand of the display surface. Indirect pointing devices. These are indirect. Some more human factor variable, another variable. Like human factor variables are speed of motion for a short or long distances, maybe accuracy of position. Like for example, if you have seen that in virtual gaming box, if we are speeding up, then maybe we have to push it more. But if we are breaking up, so there is some gap. The motion is short or long distances. Accuracy of position, there is not so much accurate, but yes, we can do it with a good design, with the good hardware. We can do it very easily. Error rate can be reduced if we are using good hardware. User satisfaction, learning time. Learning time is what if there is a new device, we have to learn how much we have to price it, how much we have to handle it, so that it will do the desired task. The other variable, the cost, durability, the space requirement, the weight, the left versus right hand issues. We are using right hand, other is using left hand. So the devices can be changed for the left hand person or right hand person. Okay. Compatibility with other systems also. Comparison of pointing devices. Few results are there. Direct pointing devices are far faster but less accurate. Okay. Graphical tablet are appealing when user can remain with the device for a long period without switching to the keyboard. Mouse is faster than isometric joystick. For tasks for mixed type and pointing, cursor key are faster and are preferable to use by user to a mouse. Muscular strain is a low for cursor keys. Fitts law. This is very good, very important. Fitts law, basically, this is the index of difficulty. This is log base 2 2d upon w, where the time of point is equals to C1 plus C2, that is index of difficulty. C1 and C2 are the constant that depends on the device, and index of difficulty is log base 2 into 8 by 1 is equals to log base 2 16 is equals to 4 bit. A 3-component equations was thus suited the high precision pointing task. So, time of precision point is C1 plus C2, which is index of difficulty, plus C3, which is log 2 C4 upon W. Okay. Novel devices. These are some novel devices like foot control, which nowadays, if we are asking that you need to design some novel devices to operate the computers or to operate some robot. So, like for example, there are lots of applications are there where we can control the mouse, control the pointer with our eye, the foot control, the multiple degree of freedom devices, the data gloves. We are wearing a gloves, and from the hand gestures or glove gestures, the operations can be controlled. The haptic feedback, bimanual input, ubiquitous computing, then tangible user interface, handheld devices. These are some new devices which are in which are not much verified, not much very good, but we are working on these devices so that it can be used in future very easily or with user friendly environment. Speech and auditory interface. What is speech recognition and what is discrete word recognition? Speech recognition, that still doesn't match with the fantasy of science fiction. Basically, what is speech recognition? The computer is able to identify who is speaking, the voice is recognized, and it can convert or it can type to a textual form. When we are speaking something, the computer is automatically type on the screen in a text document. Okay. So, this is speech recognition. Similarly, discrete word recognition. When we are writing, when there is a text box and we are allowing a computer to read the particular words or read the paragraph, this can be also done. So, this is very old thing. Microsoft Windows is also providing speech recognition and discrete word recognition also, and the working on this speech recognition and discrete word recognition is going on just because of the user voice is different. My voice is different, other person voice is different. So, recognition of the speech is very much important. And similarly, if we are typing a word, we have a text document and reading of that particular statement with fluency, with like for example, if there is a full stop, so the computer has to stop. So, we have to do a programming in such a way, so it can be very understandable language. So, demand of the user working memory, background noise, problematic if we are using speech recognition, then variation of user speech performance impact effectiveness. Most useful in specific applications such as benefit for handicapped users. And word recognition, recognize individual words spoken by a specific person can work with a 90 to 98% reliability for 20 to 200 word vocabularies. Speaker dependent training, with the user repeated the full vocabulary once or twice. Speaker independent system are beginning to the reliable enough for certain commercial applications, being successful in enabling bedridden, paralyzed or otherwise disabled people. Also useful in some applications like speaker hands are occupied, then mobility is required, speaker eyes are occupied, harsh or cramped condition preclude use of keyboard. Voice controlled editor versus keyboard editor, what is the difference? Lower task completion rate, lower error rate. User can disrupt problem solving, continuous speech recognition, not generally available, difficulty in recognizing boundaries between spoken words, normal speech pattern, blur boundaries, and many potential useful applications if perfected. Speech store and forward. Voicemail, user can receive the messages, replay the messages, reply to the caller. Like for example, if we are working with our mobile phones, there is very option for Google, Hey Google, in Alexa, Siri in Apple. So these are some speech recognition. It will perform the task as per the user voice. If we are doing, if we are asking something like make a call to the particular person, even we are calling for Siri, for Google, for Alexa, it will do as per our voice, our command. So replaying the message, reply to the caller, forwarding message to the user, delete message, archive message, and other. There are lots of operations are there. Speech store and forward. Voice information system store speech commonly used to provide information about a tourist site, government services, after hours, message for organizations, lower cost, voice prompts, deep and complex menus, frustrating, slow voice and slow pace of voice output, ephemeral nature of speech, scanning and searching problem, voicemail, handle voice reorders, audiobooks, instructor systems. Speech generations. So we have to generate some speeches very in simple, in short, maybe referral to letters, deal with events and time, very user friendly. This should be done. Audio tones, audio liberation and music. Yes, this should be done. Just because of the sound feedback can be important to confirm actions, warning for visual impaired actions. So these are the very important examples or very important things about videos. Okay. So this is all for today. So these are the references. If you want to do discuss in detail, you can refer these. Thank you.